Hey there, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. There's hardly any lighting on here, but it is what it is. I just want to mention there's a lot of things going on in the world, a lot of different events, environmental events. I'm not going to get into that. We already know what's going to take place. What I do want to talk about is the level of corruption on all levels. Levels of deceit, corruption, disgust. People are sick of it. People are sick of being hammed down to prevent the truth from coming out. People dislike when you call them out on it. They don't like when you call them out. And it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. The medias that are controlled by the governments. The people that are controlled by the governments. The forced injections. All the bureaucratic stuff that they try and hide through media. You know what you can't hide? The level of disgust that's going on. And I mean, there's lots of it in the world. Look at the corruption that me and my family lived through with the chemicals. How do you hide that? How do you hide the levels that we had to endure? The corruption is above the top. And all these people in these three-piece suits that stand up and say they're doing a wonderful job. Let's be realistic here. The levels of corruption and tyranny is above the top. And it's on every level. Every level of government. And I lived through it. I was poisoned by them. And the proof is in the pudding. Years and years and years of tyranny my family has upheld for these people who tried covering it up over and over and over and over and over again. Is it realistic? No, it's not. And the levels continue to grow across the countries. And it never ends. In all these media shops, in CBC, all of them. It's pure tyranny and gluttony across the boards. And I'm not sure where this is all going to end, but there's an ending to everything. Like I said, I'm not getting into world events. I've already talked about that. And it's graphic, in great detail, so you know what's coming. But the level of disgust is growing more and more every day. And you can't hide it. It's right in everybody's faces. Especially what me and my family endured over the years. Which was unbelievable. Unbelievable. The levels of corruption. How they covered it up. How they sat back and allowed for people in these positions to just cover things over. The levels of corruption were unbelievable in the world. In my family's case, how they shoveled it underneath the rug with the levels of chemicals beyond belief that we were left in for 6 years. Talk about an environmental impact. We suffered greatly. It was chemicals they left us in to conceal and hide the disgust that was going on in the world and in our country of Canada. And they talk about, yes, you can go and report this. What's the point? They drive around and say it's your problem. I can't even digest food today because of gluttony and corruption that they got away with. And it's been going on for years and years and years. The corruption is above the top. My property was a foot lower than everybody else's, so we were the toilet for all the corruption. We were the toilet for all the chemicals that evaded our systems. And it never ends. The corruption is out there right in everybody's face. And they continue to cover it up like it never happened. All these people in the three-piece suits that stand up, deceitfully lie and cover things over. It never, ever ends. It wasn't their families, it was ours. And it's at a disgracing level. And they get away with it. They can stand up in any courtroom and give a bald-faced lie, even if the papers are sitting there in front of them. It goes on and on and on and on. The tyranny. It never ends. And I'm not kidding. 6 years we were left in chemicals. 6 long years. Did someone come? No. They covered it over like it never existed. A shameful act in humanity. Not one person came to our aid. Not one. CBC shut it down. The big shots that were paid with tyranny money shut it down. They wouldn't even come to our aid. And we live with the medical repercussions to this day. It was chemicals. It wasn't just floods. It was high-level chemicals. Covered up and paid for by the tyranny government that we have. The cover-ups are above the top, and they all need to be stopped. Not only with CBC, but with media altogether. The corruption, the deceit, and the levels of disgust is above the top. To support these peoples is a disgrace. Total disgrace to our democracy, to anything that we have going in today's world, or even in yesterday's world. It never, ever ends. Stuff in the drinking water, dump chemicals that eroded our home and our systems. Everything that they got away with is disgusting. Disgusting. I'm at a loss for words with the whole tyranny. Not only with social media, but the corruption to hide it, what's going on in the world. To conceal it, to keep it going. More and more people are being affected every day by these tyrants. My family, medical issues coming out of yin-yang from chemicals that has never gone away. When all these people, when you sit down to eat a 3-piece dinner, we can't. At least I can't. Let alone, a bowl of soup or mashed beans or stupid stuff. That's what my diet is, because of tyranny and corruption. I'm at a loss for words that you people keep getting scapegoated to cover it up and to hide the tyranny and disgust in this world. I'm at a loss for words. I really am. Not only with levels of media like CBC and all the others, but the cover-ups in general at the hands of people for their paycheck, their back alley deals, their dirty money. It never ends. It's tyranny. Tyranny of the people. And it's disgusting. And that's all I got.